Welcome to the Mystic Media Channel. I'm your host, Rabina Rastaban, aka The Realist Astrologer. And during this Virgo season, I received an email critiquing my videos. Basically, the writer of the email stated that all of my videos pertain to black celebrities. So she was wondering why I don't have any videos where I discuss other races with their scandals and their charts and all that stuff. So I responded and told her that I have actually discussed other races, charts, and numerology on my Ace of Cups radio show. But just to keep my viewers satisfied, I decided to do a video on a celebrity that is not black. So tonight I'm doing a video on Jim Carrey because he has been charged in a wrongful death suit regarding the suicide death of his ex-girlfriend. So I'm just going to read a little bit of this article from New York Daily News. And this news story is pretty old, but a video about Jim Carrey popped up on my YouTube suggested video list. So that reminded me of this scandal because I had my eye on it before because one of my friends told me about it. So I wanted to do a video about him a few months ago, but it totally escaped my memory. So let me just read this article about Jim Carrey. It says, Jim Carrey trial over girlfriend's death set for next year as judge refuses to toss lawsuit. This was written on June 2nd, 2017. A trial could be in Jim Carrey's future after a Los Angeles judge chose not to dismiss a civil lawsuit against the actor stemming from his girlfriend's death. Carrey is being sued by Catriona White's mother and estranged husband who accused the 55-year-old Ace Ventura actor of supplying drugs White took before she committed suicide in September 2015. Judge Deidre Hill set a trial date for April 26, 2018, according to the ruling she made Wednesday. The judge also made clear that she will take more time to think about the case and does not consider the ruling to be her final decision. A mediation status conference is scheduled for September 21st. Carrey's lawyer, Raymond Boucher, has attempted on several occasions to have the wrongful death suit tossed. Mr. Carrey loved Miss White dearly, and so obviously it will be a very painful process for him, Boucher said. Carrey and his team have vehemently denied all the accusations made by White's mother, Bridget Sweetman, and her ex-husband, Mark Burton. The couple had filed a lawsuit against the Dumb and Dumber star last year. They've alleged that Carrey gave Percocet, Ambien, and propranolol, each of which are prescription drugs, to White, triggering her overdose. Carrey, allegedly using the name Arthur King, obtained the drugs that he ended up giving to White despite knowing she'd be prone to depression and had once attempted suicide. White's death was officially ruled a suicide. So here's the clincher coming up. Sweetman is also seeking damages from Carrey in violation of the Drug Dealer Liability Act. Sweetman has also accused Carrey of giving White, 30, 3 different sexually transmitted diseases during their relationship before pressuring her to cover it up. Carrey helped carry the coffin at... The way this article is written is horrible. Why would they write it like that? Carrey helped carry the coffin at White's funeral in 2015. Carrey's lawyers have said in court papers that the actor has been absolutely devastated by her death. In a statement, Carrey said, "What a terrible shame. It would be easy for me to get in a back room with this man's lawyer and make this go away, but there are some moments in life where you have to stand up and defend your honor against the evil in this world." He added, "I will not tolerate the heartless attempt to exploit me or the woman I love. Kat's troubles were born long before I met her, and sadly her tragic end was beyond anyone's control." Okay, with that being said, I'm going to look into Jim Carrey's chart. I pulled his chart before because I did, I believe I might have discussed him briefly on a radio show, on my Ace of Cups radio show. So now I'm just going to get into his natal chart. He was born on January 17, 1962, and according to him, he was born at 2:30 a.m., so that puts his ascendant at the 15th degree of Scorpio, and Neptune is right on his ascendant at 13 degrees Scorpio. However, it's in the 12th house. So that naturally just sets him up to be in a type of scandal that deals with wrongful death, just like this. Also, the sexually transmitted diseases issue that's interwoven into that. And then you got to look at where his ascendant and chart rulers are. So his Mars is at the 17th degree of Capricorn. Now, as I always say, in terms of numerology combined with astrology, if you happen to see a number that is reflected in the chart that is the same as a birth number or life path, then you know that planet is very significant. So his Mars is at the 17th degree of Capricorn. Mars can deal with his sex drive, his sexual energy, his sexual nature. So the 17th degree is a challenging degree in that it is a degree that is laced with karma, because the 17th degree, 17 breaks down to 8. 8 is a number of karma. So he has some karma dealing with his sexuality. He also has North Node in Leo, and with North Node in Leo, he's not really familiar with the ins and outs of sex in this lifetime, so it's not surprising to me that he got caught up in this type of scandal. And then he has Uranus at the 29th degree of Leo, and I always mention the 29th degree, how that is the worst degree of all, and how that could set you up to have challenges with relationships, challenges with women, and basically where there's some type of conflict going on and there's some type of undesirable trade-off. So with Uranus at the 29th degree of Capricorn, that sets him up to be prone to getting into situations like this, getting sexually transmitted diseases, especially when you take into account that his Sun and Venus and Saturn are in quincunx to Uranus at the 29th degree of Leo. Also, that points to his stardom and the ins and outs that can come along with that. So it's showing that him being a star is really something that, you know, brings a lot of difficulty into his life. And with Jim Carrey being such the comedian that he is, and he's become more of a serious actor over the years. But back in the day when I would see him with his goofy antics, I would always say that, you know, you could tell that he's working with some psychological issues. Because usually when you have those real goofball comics, underneath that veneer of humor, there's deep-seated depression, feelings of inadequacy, and insecurity. Now, he has a stellium in Capricorn consisting of his Sun, Venus, and Mars. So I would call him a hardcore Capricorn. But he also has some strong Scorpio energy, like I said, with him being a Scorpio rising. Neptune in Scorpio right on his ascendant. So that just naturally sets him up for scandals. He also has issues with women, with Venus forming a quincunx to Uranus, like I said. But Venus is also making a sesqui square to Pluto in Virgo, and that can point to him giving sexually transmitted diseases to his partner. He also has his moon in quincunx to, wait a minute, where's his moon at? His moon is in quincunx to Neptune as well, so that could point to him supplying a woman with drugs and that leading to her death, because Neptune is in Scorpio at the 13th degree. 13 is a number of death. So he has he has some strong indicators of him being an accomplice in this woman's death. Not saying that he purposely gave her the drugs knowing that she would commit suicide, but he was definitely negligent in supplying her with those drugs. Neptune on his ascendant can make him rather negligent in that respect, and then with it forming a quincunx to his moon, that can make him negligent with respect to the women in his life. His moon is in the 8th house, and that 8th house is the house of death. So there it is right there. Moon in the 8th house, house of death, and quincunx to Neptune in Scorpio. That's the drugs right there. Neptune is in the 12th house. That reinforces the theme of drugs. So he also has Chiron in opposition to his Pluto. Chiron's in Pisces, again, the theme of drugs, and he has Pisces on the 5th house cusp, which points to him supplying drugs to his lover or to someone that he's dating. So, and it can also point to recreational drug use as well, which is, explains how he was able to have that connection to get the drugs. And in the article, he stated that he used a complete or a fake name, alias, Arthur King, I think that was the name he used. Now, 17s are very ambitious in terms of birth number, but a lot of times there's something that they are hiding because they have a need to preserve their reputation, because that 7 is included in the 17, and that 7 vibrates to Neptune, and Neptune deals with secrecies, it deals with lies, it deals with deception, it even deals with drugs. His life path number is a 27. 27 breaks down to 9, so that makes him very sexual. However, 27 men often have challenges with women. So, if you look at it, the 2 represents women, and the 7 represents drugs via 7 vibrating to the planet Neptune. So, yeah, in my opinion, I believe that he definitely should have to pay some type of damages to that woman's family, because he knew good and well with her attempting suicide in the past, that supplying her with those drugs was one of the worst things he could have did. So, yeah, this doesn't look good for Jim Carrey. And then he has a court date in 2018 in April. And actually, he has a challenging transit coming up in June of 2018. So on June 18th, 2018, Uranus is going to be forming a square to his Saturn. So that could point to him being basically spanked for this wrongful death suit. Basically him being found guilty and him having to pay some kind of restitution. And in the electional chart that I pulled that pertains to that aspect, Scorpio is on the ascendant. So that reflects his natal chart, and that reflects the wrongful death suit. So I won't be surprised if Jim Carrey actually does get charged, and he does have to pay damages, and it could be in the millions of dollars. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section. And also, I know I've been kind of slacking on the videos, but I've been swamped with work. But I wanted to just take some time out to make sure I get a video out there for this week. I haven't forgotten about the rest of the Zodiac recap videos that I have to do. It's just that I have to get some new speakers. So if you would like to donate to the cause, I'm going to leave my PayPal link in the description so you can make a donation to contribute to the cause, because I do need some new speakers. And I ran into some unexpected expenses this month. So yeah, I'm kind of hurting right now, but I plan to be back on track next month. But if you would like a reading, you can go to my website at ravina.com. Peace and many blessings. Oh, and also I was thinking about doing this. Let me know if you would like me to do this. So I was thinking about going live via YouTube at least once a month and doing celebrity readings per request. And if you would like to request a celebrity reading, I just ask that you make at least a $5 donation. So if you would like me to start doing live videos where I'm doing celebrity readings, let me know in the comment section. Peace and many blessings.